Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. One, please excuse the frog ears. My hair is annoying me and we're going to be doing something, and I will probably end up putting my hair up, so ignore the hair. Two, excuse the lighting in this little bit. I wanted to like film it on my desk and now the curtain is not playing ball. Today's video is the start of, I think, is going to be a little mini series, because I don't think I can do this in one part without it being about 3 hours long. We're going to be decluttering my makeup collection, my makeup brushes, and the box under the bed, which is all of my like extra bits, like extra body creams, extra like hair masks, and like see what I want to keep, because I am moving. Yes, I know, if you're not new here, you know I moved into this flat with my boyfriend. Well, my boyfriend moved in first, and then about a month and a half later I moved in, because I was practically living here anyway, and we've been here ever since. So our shitty landlords, estate agents, whoever it is, keep knocking into my phone, has now upped the price of the rent every month by about £200. I think it's that, and is asking for an extra bit on our deposit, because apparently there's now new laws that the landlords and stuff can't kick you out as easily. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to up the rent so that we'll leave, which is working. I mean, our place is like a studio place, like it's really small. There's no like bedroom, like everything's together basically, apart from the bathroom and the kitchen. That's separate, but we're moving. Now, we're not quite sure where and we're not quite sure when, but we know it's gonna be soon. It's gonna be in the next like couple of months, probably. And we are planning to move up to Scotland because it's cheap. And it's actually a nice place. So we're planning to move up to Aberdeen in Scotland, and we don't want to hire we don't think we have enough things to take with us that we need a moving van, because we're leaving majority of the furniture here. I think the only things that we're really taking is the TV and like the speaker and stuff that goes with it, both of our desk chairs, our computers, and then like my makeup collection, stuff like that, and like my skincare and stuff, clothes, like kitchen stuff. Like we're gonna hire a big car, because we don't currently have a car. Darren hasn't got a car. I don't drive. I can't drive. So whatever can fit in the back of that car basically. And he has shown me like some of the potentials that we could rent for a day or so. And we're going to take like down the back seats and stuff, and we're going to just fill it to the brim. It does mean that I need to declutter my whole entire makeup collection though, because so one of the big boxes that's under my bed is, well, I've got two, actually I've got three. One's full of clothes, which I'll declutter at some point on my own, and then see if I can fit all of our clothes into that one box, which is probably going to be impossible. I'll try. If not, I'll use that box for something else. But I have two boxes. I've got one box that's got all my eyeshadow palettes in, and I've got one box that's got all my like extras in, which is what I just said. I just said like a lot of like extra hair masks and body stuff. Basically, today's video, I'm going to tackle my eyeshadow palettes. I want to get them done. I want to then try and give some to other people, or if no one wants them, I'm going to sell them if I can. If not, I'm just going to have to chuck them if they're old. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. I don't really use them. Even when I do my stashes, I don't pull in. I pull in the same eyeshadow palettes over and over again. It's usually a neutral palette, and then it's like a mini palette, and then it's like a colourful palette, which isn't many of mine in many of my palettes. So we're going to do a massive declutter, and I want to get it to the point where I've got less than half of my collection that I have now. And I want to get rid of some of my face palettes as well that I don't use, or that I don't want, that I don't think I'll use. So this is gonna be fun. Yeah, we're gonna have fun. Gonna be chill. I will probably end up putting my hair up in a minute as well. And then yeah, so today I'll do eyeshadow palettes. Maybe another day I'll do the rest of my makeup collection. I also need to declutter my brushes because I don't need that many brushes. Like I got a whole pot of eyeshadow brushes and a whole pot of face brushes, and I do not need all of them. Like I can get rid of most of them. I use the same ones every day. Like I don't use more than half of what I don't use less than half like of my brushes I don't use. So that can be another video. I've also got, so today's Monday, I've also got next Monday off, and I think I've got a couple other days off where Darren isn't here, which would be good time to do my declutter. So yeah, I think we'll start with eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to try and pop you somewhere that you can see stuff and that's not unflattering, but I mean, everywhere I put you will be unflattering for myself, so. But yeah, let's get decluttering. So I thought I'd show you what I mean. Please excuse the mess of everything. This was what was just on my desk chair. But the boxes, so these two boxes are what I mean. This box is my extras box, and I also have like another, like some bits in that one as well. And then my eyeshadow palettes box is that one. But I'm going to be decluttering literally all my brushes, my whole, that's my hair towels drying. My whole collection of stuff. This is going to be halved. I am determined. Like half this stuff, especially foundations, I don't use anymore. Like, and I just want to get rid of a lot of stuff. Like my whole everything is just cluttered with everything, and like I just don't use half this stuff. Like this is out of date. Like I just don't use half of it. So even if I shop my stashes, I don't use up everything. So we are just going to have to do a whole big declutter. But we'll start with that box. So I'm going to get the box out and I'm going to pop you somewhere where I can just go through everything. Hi, welcome to the floor. This is as stable as you're going to get. Alright, I've just tried to stabilize you guys on my bed. It's not working. So I have a big old box of palettes in front of me. I'm also, anything that I pull out, I'm going to add into, this is just a Harry Potter, like, Primark bag. Anything that I'm going to try and get rid of, pass on, sell, is going in that bag. And I'm just going to make a pile next to me of things I actually want to keep. So let's pull out palettes that I actually use, for one. So one is Huda Beauty, what is it, Toffee Brown? My kind of palette. Like it's warm tones and there's a pop of yellow. We're just gonna keep everything that I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna pop on the lid of the box. Like, can you see how big this lid is? This is how big the box is, and we're like full. Okay, we're gonna keep this. This is my Patrick Tar Major Dimensions eyeshadow palette. Such warm tones, gorgeous palette. Keeping it. I use that. Pardon me. Okay. Where's my Natasha Denona? There we go. Natasha Denona Beaver palette. Use it all the time. One of my favourites. Lovely. Like, I know I'm speeding through this. It's because these palettes I love and use. Okay, that's a random bag. We can keep that though. This would be a really good travel, like, skincare bag. Things like this. It's still in its box. This can either go to someone else or it can be sold. I've never used it. Probably won't ever use it. Like, it still has a protective film. My mum might want this. I might just give it to her. It's got a little brush in it. That can start off the bag of things to get rid of. These. I had every intention of using these. These are just going in the bin. It's the Eyelord Dye Brow Dark Brown Dye Kit and the Eyelash and Brow Lift Kit. They can just go in the trash. Aww. COVID times, my young blood face mask. I don't know what to do with that right now. I have some eyelash glue which I have used and some individual lashes which I haven't, but no one will want them. And have I got any more eyelashes in here that I don't use? Oh, I have some face gems. Will they ever come in handy? No. Someone else might want them though. Who knows? You never know. Okay, right. This is where I just need to pull out more and more palettes that I use. So this palette I use Too Faced, the Natural Nudes. Love this palette. It's one of my favourite palettes. Like, again. Oh, Vive. I need to use this palette again. Vive, the Essential palette. Needs some super glue and some other shades. But I love it. It's one of my favourite palettes. I just haven't actually pulled that in such a long time. Fair enough. This one I got in a P. Louise mystery box. Have I used it? No. This can be sold. This still has protective film on it. This is the Watch the Queen Conquer palette. I don't know how I'm going to get this somewhere to be sold though. This is going to be funny. But this can be sold. This retail price is like 60 quid and I got it in a £40 mystery box. Like, okay, right, a couple of palettes that I know I will keep. One of which, Beauty Bay 16 Fiery palette. One of my favourite. I actually really love this in autumn time. Love it. Keeping it. This little Colourpop Poppy palette. I think I'll keep this for now because genuinely I do like this palette. I just forget to pull it in, so maybe I'll remember. Beauty Bay Nude Matte palette. I've used this, looks like, to death. I think I might get rid of this because I don't actually use this. And if I was to like take a palette with me somewhere, I'd bring a neutral palette, another neutral palette with me. Like, I love the formula, but I think I'm just gonna bin this because I've used it so much. Colourpop Little Ray of Sunshine. I love this in summer. This is keeping for definite. Wild Child by Colourpop. I'm gonna keep it. This is where I'm like, I'm gonna keep a lot of things, but I like this palette a lot. Another palette I like is the EYN Bright Matte. You know what, I think I may get rid of this one because I have this is the fiery palettes, right? This is the older packaging, this is the new packaging. I think I may pass this to someone else because I haven't used this in ages and I would probably go for this one more than that one. Because I think that one's matte, wasn't it? Yeah, it's matte, and I do like me a shimmer. So, and they're pretty much the same, but this one's got shimmer and a bit more colour in it. A few more shades. Next, some palettes I know I'm going to get rid of. Some Beauty Bay ones. We've got New Romantic, which I haven't even touched. That can go on to be sold. The same as the Sunset Horizons. I think I've swatched a couple shades and that's it. I haven't used this palette. That can be sold. This Beauty Bay Bright Matte palette, I am going to keep this because it's a very good palette, you know. I've actually used this. I used the pink when I did my makeup when I went to Dom. I think I used the red as well, but this is just good to have because you have mattes, and I use a lot of the time I don't do bright colourful looks, as you guys know. I do a neutral look with a pop of a colour in the inner corner or under my eye. This is perfect for that. Like, gorgeous. Oh, I love this palette. Urban Decay Naked Heat. Should I keep it though? Probably not. It's very old. I'll put it in the keep pile for now. We'll see if I use it, and if I don't, we'll get rid of it. We'll get rid of it. This palette I think I will keep. No, I won't. Urban Decay Naked Wild West. When this came out, I really liked this. The blues, beautiful. Oh, fuck. This is where I'm an R for ages if I want to keep a palette or not. Do I use it though? No. Alright, we'll keep it for now. If by the time I pack my makeup up to move, if I haven't used it, if I don't have a desire, I might just get rid. A palette that I know I don't use. I bought this. This is one of the second or third high-end palettes that I bought. I don't know why I wanted it so much. I think it was the packaging. Another Urban Decay one. This is the Born to Run palette. I don't ever use this palette. I don't know if anyone would want this palette. I might give this to my mum. Maybe she'd want it, I don't know. Because she's got multiple different cool colours in it. I'll put this in the pile in the bag, alright? Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy. I bought this off of someone on Depop. Oh, it still smells really good. And I think I've used it twice. So I think I'm going to get rid of this. I don't know if anyone would buy it though. I'll put it up on Depop. If it doesn't sell, I'll just get rid of it. This is my brain. Oh, we've got Colourpop Coaster Coral. Do I use this? No. One of my first Colourpop palettes. Very pretty. This shade in the middle is like two-tone. You can't see that, but the lighting is terrible, by the way. I'm really sorry. Oh, Colourpop Fade into Hue. Do I use this? No. I've used this a couple times. I think I might sell it. I might have to like, I think I'll have to clean this up a bit, but I think I will sell this because this is practically new. I've only used like a couple of the shades. We're gonna get rid of that. Okay, oh, I've got a couple of eyelashes. This one, Denny Wispies. I have actually used those. Those are gross. These I haven't, but I still wouldn't use them. Like, I don't use things like that. Oh, this is something I don't use. The XX Revolution Eye Base. Don't use that. This I pulled into my collection I pulled into my Shop My Stash recently. This is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. This is gorgeous, but I have just not used this. And it's like, I always tell myself, oh, I'll use that, it's pretty. Have I? No, honestly, I'll just, at this rate, I'll just sell some of these palettes for like really cheap just to get them out of my collection. This palette, I think I will keep. I know I haven't used it. I've got the protective thing on it still. This is the Beauty Bay Pastels Pressed Pigment palette. This is all mattes. The protective film is still there. I know I haven't used it, but at some point maybe I want to put something like that on my inner corner or lower lash line. And that's the only reason I've kept this palette so far, and I haven't gotten rid of it. But genuinely, I will actually, like, this is tiny. Like, it's not like the big Fade into Hue palette where it's massive. This is tiny, this is fine. I can keep that. Right, Limoncello by Colourpop. I used this actually recently in my Shop My Stash. I actually really like this palette. But is it because it's got a yellow in it? Yeah, it's got neutrals. So I think I will get rid of this because I don't use the blue and I don't use the other shades, and I would much prefer using like my toffee brown from Huda Beauty or the You're My Sunshine from Colourpop. Like, the only reason I keep this is because it's got yellow in it. I have a yellow palette, like I don't need this. Oh, this little Love Island Go for a Chat Revolution palette. I bought this because it would be a very good travel palette. I stand by that, but I don't think I'd actually use it. Oh, Huda Beauty Nude Medium. I may keep. I have actually used this recently and I really like this. I just don't ever pull it in because pinky tones aren't my shade, like, kind of thing. But if I want something pinky tone like nudes, I've got it. It's tiny as well. A couple more Huda Beauty palettes. I have the Topaz Obsessions, which isn't that just the toffee palette, but like the older version of the toffee palette. You know what, I might just sell this one. It's the older packaging. Like, this is like the newish packaging. Oh, but I love the yellow in both, but I think I prefer the toffee palette. Sorry, you're out. The same as I think this is out. This is the Emerald Obsession one. I have only used this once. This is going on Depop. I have a couple of Super Shock shadows. The Animal Crossing collection one. Oh my god, this one is so pretty. You know what? Is this out of date? Oh, it's not out of date just yet. I can still use that. So I have a few Colourpop Super Shock shadows. I have 5. Oh, though that's broken. That's gonna have to go. This one from the Animal Crossing collection, I am just gonna keep because it's the Animal Crossing collection. Sorry, I'm gonna just have to keep it. The other ones, I have all 3 from the Wild Child collection, which one of them is smashed, and I think I'll just bin these because they're probably dried up. And I got this one, which is Golden Hour. Again, probably dried up, and I don't use it. So this Natasha Denona palette has been in my collection for years. Have I ever used it? No, I've opened it and out. Now I've apparently just put my finger in it. Where I actually had a, there we go, a makeup wipe somewhere. It's there. This is the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette 5, palette 12, palette something. It's the purple one. I've never used it. That can be sold, like. Okay, we've got a couple of big boys. And a little boy, we can... Oh look, a mini duo lash glue and a duo lash glue. I don't wear eyelashes. We've already established that I don't wear eyeshadows that are bright. I have not even touched it. I think I've touched this a few times. This can be sold, honestly. Zoe, what are you doing? I keep them because I'm like, oh, but what if I want to use them? Zoe, have you ever fucking used it? No, once. I also have the Fiery 2.0 from Beauty Bay. This one is lovely. Have I used it much? No. A few times, yeah. Will I? No, because do you know what? The only rose that I use is this brown one. And I think I've used like this yellow, and I think I've used a few of these. You know what? Darren's going to be really fucking proud of me when he comes home and goes, where is all your makeup? Oh look, some magnetic eyelashes and stuff. Bin. Natasha Denona Mini Zendo palette. This can stay. This is stunning. This is tiny, but it's stunning. And this shade here reminds me of that Coastal Coral shade that's in the Colourpop palette that I like. And actually, this is tiny. This is coming. This is staying. This is going to be staying. Sorry. Oh, this other Natasha Denona one can stay. This is the Mini Nude palette. This is actually really nice. Again, lovely travel palette. Keeping that. This little elf one, I've got a couple of elf ones. These little bite-sized ones. I've got Berry Bad and Pumpkin Pie. Thing is though, I've got these shades in other palettes. Like I don't need them. I don't need them. These can just go in the bin. They were so cheap, like no one will buy them. I have a couple, actually I have a few Charlotte Tilbury ones. I've got Copper Charge, which is lovely. And I also have Walk of No Shame. This I've barely used. The Walk of No Shame I've barely used because it's all shimmer. So I'm going to actually get rid of that one. The Copper Charge one. You know what? I don't use these shadows ever. Like I just don't. I have actually, you know what? While I'm thinking of it, I'm actually going to get the palettes out of my stash because I have some eyeshadow palettes in here as well. And I need to declutter them. I need to declutter every face palette, every palette, everything in life. I think I have another palette. Where's the palettes? Oh, I think, is that it? Yeah, that's it. My camera decided I was filming for too long, but in my eyes, I've done really well so far in such a short space of time. So the palettes that I had in my stash were the ABH Soft Glam. I've already told myself I'm keeping this until the end of the year and then I'll get rid of it because I love this palette. It's one of my favourite palettes. It's the first eyeshadow palette, like high-end eyeshadow palette I bought myself and like ever had. And that's how old it is. I've had it since I was about like 17, 18, and I'm now 20. I'll be 22 in a few weeks of me filming this. By the time this goes up, I'm probably already 22. But I love this palette, and to be fair, I think, and I was thinking this the other day, I think I have these shades in my Natasha Denona Bieber palette. Like the shades I actually use, I think I have in my Natasha Denona Bieber palette. Like pretty much. But I'm going to keep it for now. Like I said, it's sentimental, but also I want to try and see how much I can use up of this. I know I have a Shop My Stash going and I circulate through all my palettes every month, but I'm going to try and bring this in most months of the rest of the year and see how much I use. We have the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions. I put this into my Shop My Stash thinking I'm going to use this. Have I worn makeup much this month? No. Only to film. Have I touched this? No. Then we have the Charlotte Tilbury Easy Eye palette for the Charlotte Darling look. I don't use this either. I've used this a few times. This can go in my this can go too. Why I think I should... Oh god. Is my camera okay? Did you see that? I hope you guys are okay. Jesus Christ. I thought you broke. I was going to be very, very, very sad for a minute there. My camera just tipped into my eyeshadow palettes. So the camera angle is probably weird. But I was just saying, I don't know why I think I will use Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows, like I don't know. This Glossier Sky Wash, or whatever that is, I have never used. I've used it once. I don't use it, but no one will buy it. It's a liquid eyeshadow, like. Then we have, this was in my shop, my stash. Now this is a problem I also have. I have face palettes and face palettes, multiple face palettes. This, to be precise. Most of which are Hourglass ones. So let's go through these. We have Hourglass Butterfly. We all know this lives in my bag, my makeup bag. This is a keep. This is coming with me, no matter what. We have the Benefit Earth Angel Foroscope. Don't use it. I think I've used it a few times. This is going. We've got the Hourglass Lighting Edit Universe. I don't use this either. I bought this was not last year, the year before, so 2021's palette. Don't use it. Have you used it like twice? We've got this one, which is the Lighting Edit Sculpture. This was 2020's one. I like this, but again, I don't use it. This one I sought after. This is the Lighting Edit Ghost. I bought this in 2020, but it's 2019's one. I actually do like this one, and I would actually continue to use this. This was actually secondhand on Depop. Like everything about this palette, like the bronzer, the blushes, they're all beautiful. I am going to keep this one. If I'm going to get through it all, probably not. Another Hourglass one, the Lighting Edit Mini Sculpture Unlocked. I am actually going to keep this one because this is very good to travel with if I do travel ever again. But the blush is beautiful, the highlight's stunning, the bronzer lovely. I would use the face powder if I took it with me, but this would be a palette I would take with me. It's got all 4 things I need in it, so. Okay, Charlotte Tilbury Nudegasm Face Palette. Do I use this? Absolutely not. Did I really, really want this palette? Yeah. And the highlight and everything, stunning. I just don't ever use it. But maybe someone else that I know might want this because it's Charlotte Tilbury. So I might have to ask them. We've got NARS. This is the Exposed Cheek Palette. I don't like this. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not in this light. There you go. I don't like this. The colours are not pigmented. Like, they are a bit. Not really. I have swatched this and used this a few times. I just don't like it. But it's pretty on the outside, like, as well. So, right, we're getting good headway. Oh, this cute little palette is so nice. This is actually a She Glam palette. It's the Sweet Cheeks Blush Trio in Private Cabana. It's nice. Would I use this though? If I was going travelling, not travelling, but like if I was to go somewhere for like an overnight stay and I wanted like to bring a few blushes in one, you know what, I'll keep this. It's cheap. It's also very slim and I like it. It's nice. We have the Soph, actually I've got a few Soph palettes. We have Soph 2, which is the Extra Spice, which, can you tell mine's been loved? I think I might get rid of this now though. It's been beaten up. It's lovely. If I ever want to buy it again, which I probably won't, it was only a tenner. So Soph Extra Spice, I'm gonna have to retire you. I'm really sorry. I've got a pan in a shade. I've also got major dips in pretty much all shades apart from like a few. You've done me well. R.I.P. my dear friend. We then have Super Spice, which I've only used a few times, which I think I might just get rid of. I might just see if anyone else wants it because I just don't use it. And then also Mini Spice. Mini Spice I wanted to love because it's tiny. It could be taken places. I just might get rid of that, you know, because I don't ever use it. We got Colourpop Wine and Only. I don't use this. We have all 4 Animal Crossing Colourpop Shadows palettes. Now, I know what you're thinking, Zoe, you never ever use these. I know, but it's a collection that's tiny for one. And also, it's very cute. Like, we've got Water Hoot, which, to be fair, if I wanted like a 4-pan, I would use these. We've got Nook Ink, which, cute. Very cute. We have Star Island, which is pink and a bit of yellow, like. And then we have La Belle of the Ball, which is my favourite. I mean, this shade custom design is stunning. Now look, I would actually use it if I wanted like a small palette like this, apart from the Water Hoot, which is like a brown toned palette. These are all like cute pastel palettes. Like, I have to keep them, I'm really sorry. We have this random one from X Revolution. It's called Expose. We'll get rid of this. I don't think anyone would buy it either, so I'm going to just throw it. We have Going Coconuts from Colourpop. Again, I don't think anyone would buy this. I might give it to my friend. So my friend Shania doesn't really own a lot of makeup. I have bought her like, I bought her the Naked Heat palette because she used it when she was with me once and loved it. But some of these palettes, some of my makeup that's like not binnable, like and I don't think it would sell either. I think I might see if she wants it. If not, fair enough. I then have Fenty Beauty 3 and 9. I don't ever use these, and I don't think anyone ever would buy these. I'll see, we'll see. Someone might. We have the Made by Mitchell palette with Beauty Bay, Me, Myself and Mama Mitchell. Okay, this is going to be one of them things where it's like, Zoe, you do not need this. And you are correct. I used this at one point during lockdown when everyone was making colourful looks. I did use this, and it has got a mirror that comes out and like magnets to the middle. Someone might want this, and I'll put it in the bag. We have a She Glam palette. I don't think anyone's going to want this. This is Smart Cookie. I'm just going to get rid of this because I don't use it. No one else would. Oh, we got Naughty Nudes by Huda Beauty. Now, this is a palette I do enjoy using. Do I? You know what? No, I don't. I'm just trying to think. I was thinking, oh yeah, I do pull this into my Shop My Stash, but do I actually use it? No. Then we have a couple of Jeffree Stars. Oh, that sounds like it's broken. That generally sounds like it's broken. That's why the mirror's broken. Yikes, the mirror is broken. This is the Blood Sugar palette. I really wanted this, and again, this is one of my first palettes, high-end palettes I bought myself. That's how old this is, and I just, if I fix the mirror, maybe someone might want it. So I am going to keep that in the maybe someone will want it pile. Oh my god, this bag's getting so full, like, Jesus Christ. And then we have Conspiracy. Now, I bought this on launch day. Have I really used it? No, I bought it because it's Shane Dawson. I'm going to put this up on Depop as well because someone may want it. Maybe someone that is a Shane fan. I am a Shane fan, but not like as much as I used to be. Like, I know he's done some bad shit, but... Then we have Revolution, the Sally palette from Nightmare Before Christmas. I have never used this. Like, I've not even touched it. Someone might want it because it's a collector's. That's why I've never used it, because it's collector's. But... And the last palette is the Nikki Tutorials and Beauty Bay palette. Again, I don't use this palette ever. This is getting rid of. Right. That is an empty box. So what I'm keeping is the Beauty Bay Fiery palette, the 16 one. I am keeping the Pastels palette by Beauty Bay as well. We've got a couple of Hourglass palettes, the Ghost, Butterfly and the Sculpture Unlocked. We have the Beauty Bay Matte Brights. We have Sweet Cheeks from She Glam, which is a face palette. We have the Naked Heat palette. We have the, where's the Wild West? There it is, the Naked Wild West. We have got the Natasha Denona Bieber palette for obvious reasons. I freaking love that palette. The Animal Crossing little palettes and the Super Shock just for the memes. Animal Crossing. A couple of Natasha Denona palettes. Where's the other one? We've got Mini Zendo and Mini Nude, which I love them both. We then have a couple Huda Beauty ones. We have got the medium nude, and we have got the toffee brown. Yummy. We then have the Vive palette, which I need to super glue the shades back in. And I haven't used it for a while actually, but I do actually really like this palette, so we'll keep on using. We have the Natural Nudes, Born This Way Natural Nudes from Too Faced. I actually really enjoy this palette, so we're going to keep that. We then have Soft Glam by ABH, no need to explain that one. We've got a few Colourpop ones, including Wild Child. Did I really keep Wild Child? I thought I got rid of Wild Child. Sorry. We've got Little Ray of Sunshine and Big Poppy. They're both just full matte palettes, but they're lovely. Okay, where can they go? They can go there. And the last palette is the Patrick Tarte Major Dimension eyeshadow palette. That is a significant difference. Like, literally over half. Like, that, I'm really proud of myself. I'm showing Darren later because that's impressive. And I feel really good about only having that much as well. Like, I can fit the rest of my makeup in this box now. And this can just be my makeup box. Where'd I put that? Oh, there it is. My wipe from earlier. Okay, right, well, I am going to start, I think when I'm off on Thursday, I'm going to start, I'm going to start putting stuff on Depop. I think, will this fit back in there? Probably not. I don't think it will fit back in there. I think I'm just going to put things back in the box. Just because I need to, like, put the bag somewhere, and I don't think it will fit under my bed otherwise. Okay, will that fit? Will that fit like that? Let's see. Probably not. If it doesn't all fit, it's okay. There we go, that's fine. It's fine with like half it off. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Like I said, the next video is probably going to be me decluttering the rest of my actual makeup collection, pulling all of it out and just decluttering it. A lot of that stuff though I won't be selling. I'll just be getting rid of or passing it on to my friends. I say friend, my one friend, or my people I work with, who knows. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So, bye guys.